Today's episode is brought to you by the Lost Lake Creamery, old-fashioned ice cream parlor, located at 5575 Shoreline Drive in Mound, Minnesota, just off the Dakota Bike Trail and the Lost Lake Channel on the north end of Cooks Bay of Lake Minnetonka. Stop in and see them today. 24 flavors to choose from. Pick up some ice cream on the way to the lake or on your way home from the lake. The Lost Lake Creamery, old-fashioned ice cream parlor.
Welcome, everyone. I'm so excited to tell you about this podcast. It's called the DK Project, but it's really the Darren Show. So thanks for tuning in. You're going to want to sit back, buckle up, and enjoy the ride.
Let's go! Welcome, podcast listeners. It's another episode of the DK Project. Rolling on. Episode 38. I got Dave here in the co-pilot chair. We're just going to try and hash one out. We're doing a little morning casting again. What do you think of that, my man?
I'm kind of digging it.
You like the mornings, huh?
Bright sun's coming through the window.
I had nice warm coffee, but then someone showed up a little later than they said they were.
Yes,
so
evidently a tad is now an hour late.
A tad is more of a larger measurement of time, evidently. I was all prepped. I've been up since 5.
Why?
Shoulder to the wheel, man. That's what I do. You know, sometimes on a Friday, I like to get up early, get everything done, so I got my day to myself.
You're a real go-getter.
I don't know about that. Just couldn't sleep. I wouldn't get nuts. I just happened to be up, so I figured, screw it, I'm going in. Let's get shit done. There's nothing happening anywhere at 5 in the morning. Like, it's a ghost town.
What time did you come in here?
I was in here by 5:20.
What?
5:20, baby.
You've been sitting here since 5:20.
I went and got coffee, but yeah, otherwise, slam bam, baby.
You don't do the iced coffee thing in the summer?
I'll get a nap. No. Warm coffee till 11 or 12, and then I'm on water the rest of the day.
Really?
Although I have been getting a little crazy with my concoctions. I've been drinking a lot of club soda. Boom, nothing in it. I don't know.
Like lime?
Oh, I'll put a little lime in it, but you know what my new thing is? I'll put lime in, pour a little cherry juice in there, maybe even throw a cherry in there. So you get a little reward when you get to the bottom, you know, a little bonus. I love it. And it's kind of a pain in the ass to make one every time. It's like, oh, I got to get all this stuff out to make my drink, you know.
Club soda just has
it's just carbonated
water,
yeah.
But tonic has like sugars and shit. Yeah.
Quinine's shit. Nobody wants that.
No, I think I like club soda better.
Yeah. Yeah, when I'm
I mean, I'm not a great, tonic or club soda mind, but
No. Well, now
I
you've
like
learned.
it better.
And I think that's a lot of what these new waters are, like Bai water or, LaCroix. It's just club soda with a little bit of flavoring in it.
Right.
But I get so bored of drinking water all the time. And then I start, making my own Bloody Marys. And I do the Bloody Mary thing, man. But people look at you so funny.
You've got to start saying virgin.
Virgin. Can I get a Verge BM? They look at you a little bit of funny, but what are you going to do? I don't know. I put alcohol in it. I don't give a rip. As long as I'm not driving, I'll be fine. I've been talking. We got a trip coming up, and I'm gonna take a tour of the Guinness factory when I'm in Ireland. I think I'm gonna have to have a Guinness. I mean,
absolutely.
And it's kind of a diet beer anyway. It's a low calorie beer. It is.
No, it is not.
Yeah, Google that shit. Yeah.
How can that big ass thick thing be?
You are learning more here today than you had ever expected. Let me tell you how many calories are in a Guinness.
Guinness is so thick you can almost chew it.
Yeah. This makes it so delicious.
God, I loved Guinness. You know what was really good too is a black and tan.
Black and tan.
I would do Guinness with Stella back in the day, and that was
125
heavenly.
calories in a Guinness.
How many calories are in like Budweiser?
97.
So it's not lower
Rough numbers.
It's not lower calorie.
Well, then I'm talking like a. Oh boy. Oh wait. Oh wait. That's yeah. So no, 120. So a 12 ounce Budweiser. Oh, it has 145 calories.
A 12-ounce Budweiser?
Yeah.
So it's more than a Guinness.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Let's all start drinking
Budweiser
Guinness.
tastes like shit.
I like Budweiser.
You know
Your
what?
neighbor likes Budweiser
I was out
too.
trick-or-treating one time, and as we rolled the neighborhood, the parents give out beers to the parents.
Yeah.
And I get to this one house, and the guy gives me a Budweiser.
I know the house.
Do you really?
It's got to be.
Oh, no, it's not in my neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
Old neighborhood.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, wait, what?
In your neighborhood, there's for sure a Budweiser house.
Oh, my gosh. I couldn't finish it. It's like drinking a sweater. I don't understand. What are they doing?
What do you mean?
It's like a rice beer full shit. I can't do it.
Rice beer.
It's not my thing. I could crush. Oh, you know what I tried last night? The kid comes out. He goes, "Hey, can anybody buy non-alcoholic beer?" I'm like, I don't know. Like, why would you, man? So he goes, "Hey, I found these in the fridge, and I had bought some Coors Banquet beers that were no alcohol." So I'm like, "Oh, give me one of those," So I rip into it, and I'm just like, I poured half of it out. Why? It's just
I don't
especially
get that
especially when no one else was drinking. But my mom, we had the family over yesterday because the kid's getting ready to go to college. My mom's discovered wine after 70 years.
No way.
Yeah, she's used to drinking this gasoline shit. I mean, she'll put beers away with the best of them. She'll go competitive on light beer.
So like light beer, you mean she like a Miller Lite?
She used to be Miller Lite. Now she's on Coors Light.
Oh.
Yeah, so she
gotta have the Blue Mountain.
She cruises in her. Oh, they don't have a chance to get warm when she's around. Hitting and sticking, baby. She throws the case in her Lark. She goes to the liquor store in her town on her Lark.
No
and
way.
Throws the case in her Lark. Yeah,
she does not.
Yeah, I guess she got
she can get
overserved at the local whatever barbecue fest or whatever was in her town. And she took the Lark off the curb and had to get help.
Really?
Well, she's all,
She get a Dewey?
No, you could though, couldn't you?
I think you could get a Dewey. I was watching Cops and I saw a guy get a Dewey on a horse.
Cops.
So you for sure.
What do they do with the horse then?
Probably impound it. I don't know. I didn't pay that much attention, but I guarantee you the cop walked up and he said, "Hey, sir, could you come down off your horse?" He cuffed him and stuffed him.
Come on.
No
drunken horsing around.
Yep.
That is crazy. There's just no safe way to get to the bar anymore.
No. So the Lark situation, did she get they have to tip it back up?
No,
or she just high-sided?
My brother-in-law, my sister and my brother-in-law live close. So they were able to go out there and disassemble the Lark and throw it in the back of the car and get her home. But yeah, so she's over last night, and everybody was downstairs, and my wife and her were not around. I'm like, oh, I better go check on them. Did they both fall asleep? What the hell? No, they're up sampling wine.
They're just cracking bottles.
Jeez.
And
It's crazy. So now my mom's going to be hooked on the juice, but yeah, I don't know. It's so funny because and then she's like 4 swills, she's 4 tall glasses of wine into the night.
Yeah.
And then she goes, "Oh, by the way, I have a blood test tomorrow for another blood transfusion." I'm like, "Ma, you can't go in loaded up on the juice and ask for new blood. They're going to be like, what? Way to go, Ma." So we'll see.
She's a hardcore.
Yeah, she's a champion. She'll adjust.
I like it.
I think I'm going to have to call her today to get the update. But yeah, I had the whole crew over yesterday because the kid's getting ready to depart for college, and they got to do the whole, going away thing. Are you? Do you have a delivery date yet?
We do. It's the 16th.
Oh, that's right.
Could be
Friday.
The 19th, 16th, whatever.
Sounds like you're right on top of it.
I am.
That seems to be
it's coming up.
That seems to be right about the time everybody's departing. Well, one kid's going the 14th.
Oh,
so they're going to whoop it up this weekend. But yeah, we'll see. I think our delivery date that got assigned last night was the 19th of August. So we'll get that task taken care of, and then I don't want to deal with it.
So do they
anymore.
leave 2 days early to drive down there, or do they?
No, we're not driving. They're going to fly.
She's going to fly, so go the same day.
She'll fly, and that way she's got time to. She's been looking at everything online, so she can have it all.
Oh, that's right. You won't put her into the Biltmore because you're not with.
Yeah, no. No, you know what it is they just don't have the activities for my 13-year-old that these other places might have. They don't have any plastic slides or anything.
Right.
Just historic pools and very adult areas. They don't have all the kids stuff. Actually, I'm thinking about a VRBO instead of a hotel. That way they got space, and they can stretch out. Why not? But I think we have to ship some stuff, so being at a hotel might be beneficial. Hey, all right, everybody. Time is running out for the second annual Mount West Tonka Hockey Golf Extravaganza, Friday, August 16th at Timber Creek Golf Course. Talk to your friends, your family, get a team of 5 together. Cost is $500. If you don't have 5 friends or family, then $100 a piece. Get what you can. But get in there. Silent auction, music by Chris Kelly, raffle, and dinner overlooking the beautiful Timber Creek Golf Course. This tournament is their way of providing opportunities for the children in the area to play the game. It also helps out the West Tonka high school hockey team. So let's keep the tradition going, raise a lot of money. Everybody should go over to invite your friends. This is a Facebook event, so you can register to sponsor a hole, donate items, or the silent auction through Facebook. If you have some interest, contact Golf Scramble at westtonkahockey.org. Again, it's at Timber Creek Golf Course this year, located in Watertown, Minnesota. Check-in is at 12, shotgun start at 1, social hour dinner and awards starts at 6. You don't want to miss this event. Again, next Friday, August 16th. Get your team together and get involved. Contact Golf Scramble at westtonkahockey.org for more information.
Welcome back to the DK Project.
Wanted to touch on a couple things here this week because getting a little frustrated. Been looking around, trying to find myself a new. I like to have a Netflix comedy thing that I have going. It's just an ongoing thing. So when I have 10 minutes, I'll click it on and whatever. So this week, I jumped into the Wanda Sykes podcast because she's funny.
Wanda is incredibly funny.
She is funny, but here's the thing. Everybody, including Wanda, is really everybody hates Trump.
Right.
Let's hate Trump. So Wanda just put out a special, put out an hour on Netflix, and she must run the first 25 to 30 minutes about Trump. And you know what? Whatever. Here nor there, we've been down this road. Some of it's funny. Like she has this bit about how even the Secret Service people don't like him because they let him walk around with toilet paper on his shoe. And she goes, I'll run across an airport to get toilet paper off of a stranger's shoe, but these people who are with him every day won't even say, hey, you got toilet paper. So it's a funny bit. But at the 15-minute mark of just berating our president, I'm like, I can't do it anymore.
Right.
So do you think that these people have it confused that instead of being pissed about Trump, they should actually be thanking him because he's given them all this material to go on. Like, she built her whole show around beating up Trump, and it's just like, oh God, and I equate it a lot. Well, the other one I went to was Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Started watching Chris Rock. Funny boy. I think he's had a little bit of work done.
I think you might be right.
My face is a little tight.
He is tightened up quite a bit.
To the point where he's kind of scary looking. Like, he's almost gone to a cartoon character. But he's just the opposite. He's bashing white people.
Right.
Like, he's built his whole hour around white people.
Right.
And when I think of this level of comedy, I look at it like it's easy for a fat guy to make fat jokes. Because it's easy. It's like a black guy making black, it's easy. Trump jokes are easy. Why don't you try and create some humor and make me laugh without bashing on our president or bashing on white people? It's like those just seem like, you're just mailing it in. Why don't you get after it and actually come up with some comedy, which I have to say, I do watch the Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. Have you seen that?
No.
With Jerry Seinfeld?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
His second season is out, and he does this thing with this gal from Saturday Night Live, and she happens to mention that she's friends with Bobcat Goldthwait. And holy crap, Jerry Seinfeld goes off. Like, he actually dropped an Effenheimer. And he doesn't do that.
That's big for him.
She goes, I've never seen you like this. He goes, I've never been like this. He goes, I do not like that guy. And they bleeped out Bobcat's name so that, you didn't know who it was. But, he's like, well, he has to do that stupid voice and whatever. It's because he's not funny. He's not funny. And he's just going off. And it's like, whoa. But it's a good point.
Fuck Jerry Seinfeld. The Bobcat is funny as shit.
Those are Dave's opinions, not Darren's.
Right.
But it was really interesting to see him get so upset. Something must have happened because it was
maybe he banged out his wife or something crazy like that. Right. See, I hope something like that happened.
Probably hitting on his wife. That would have been.
Oh no, I took it to the next step. I said that he
close the deal. Have you seen Bobcat? I don't think Jerry's got anything to worry about.
I don't know. Kind of. Hey, women are chubby chasers too.
They don't. And speaking of which, and I'm not going to get into a whole political thing here, but I figured out why so many people hate Trump.
Why?
Because this week I watched a little movie called Chappaqua.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
No, but I know. I get the premise of what the movie is about.
Okay.
And I've learned and know quite a bit about that.
So, here's my take on it. Here's the DK takeaway.
Let me hear it.
I don't think Trump is bad enough. You need to have some confirmed kills. You've got to have some murders on your hands. You got to have some accidental deaths. I mean, you got to mix it up. You got to have an array. Because if you look at the Kennedys, you look at the Clintons, you look at the Obamas. I'm just saying.
I know. Have you ever looked online?
So maybe his verbal assault is not tough enough.
You think he needs to take some action on those words?
No, but I'm thinking that's why these people are pissed at him, because everybody loved the Kennedys, everybody loves Obama,
right?
Everybody loves the Clintons.
Hey, she
gave away top secret emails to the world.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Hey,
right.
The Clintons are fucking trash.
Hillbilly.
And I'll say right here, and if you want to come at me, go ahead. Here, let me tell you something about them.
How's your life insurance?
Well, whatever. If they want to whack me for telling the truth, that's fine.
Oh!
They are trash.
I just keep pushing buttons, and then eventually I hit the right
they
one.
are trash, and it has nothing because it has nothing to do with their politics. It has to do with just the people they've harmed and the things they've done, and how because they're Democrats, the Democrat side of the part, the people that are liberal, the people will look the other way from it. But the truth is, if you really look into it and you really look at the harm they've caused, it's devastating.
But I want to say one thing to the American people. I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. I never told anybody to lie, not a single time, never. These allegations are false.
Well,
it's devastating, and it's much more devastating than any bullshit Trump has done. And Trump should shut the fuck up, too, and he should stop texting, and he should just do his thing, okay? But these people are evil motherfucking people.
I'm glad we're not working on being radio ready today.
No, we're not. I'm sorry, but they are. I mean, they have done way more harm in these liberal folks and I'm not even a Democrat. I'm not even a Republican.
No.
I'm in the middle. I'm totally independent. But I voted for Obama on the first time. Second time, I hated it. So I was out. But never in a million years would I ever vote for Hillary Clinton. Never in a million years did I ever vote for Bill Clinton.
How did she have so much traction? I mean, she continually runs. That's the only thing I'm happy about in this new election is she's not running.
Right.
It's no way she's going to win.
Which is quite amazing.
That brings up another point. Democratic debate this week.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch it because there's way too many. Why waste your time?
Right.
Get that field down to 2, maybe 3.
And then we'll
I'll
take
pay
a look.
attention.
Right.
But you know what? I would have to go out on a limb. I'm going to write this in stone. If you don't have an American flag on the stage, when you're talking about the American presidency, shut the TV off. Shut the whole thing down.
No kidding.
Why are we doing a debate for the president, the leader of the free world?
And you can't have an American flag up there?
What's the matter with these people?
I have no idea.
Holy cow.
They have gone so far left. The right has gone, a whole shit ton of the right dipshits have gone way too far right. And no one's standing there making sense anymore.
Well,
it's a freaking...
But back to the basics. Why don't we have an American flag?
I don't know.
It's ridiculous.
Might cancel out votes if one of them looks at it.
Yeah, well, yeah. Did I tell you I was out the other day on the lake, and there's a house that we drove by, and my wife says, boy, that little house just won't sell. You know, it's kind of an odd little house, whatever, but it's been on the market forever. And I'm like, you know what? I dabble in the real estate world a little bit. I
Dip my toe in.
The first thing I would say to this person is get that Donald Trump flag down. Support Trump in 2020. You can't fly that.
Oh, is he flying it while he's trying to sell his house?
You can't do that.
He can't do that.
People are so childish. They won't even look at the house because they have that flag. How dumb. Oh, my God. So we're going to segue from this conversation into another conversation.
We could stay on this conversation forever.
It's not that kind of show.
Okay.
It's not that kind
Can
of show
it
at
be
all.
today?
Nope.
I just want these people to stop it.
Right, but how do you get them to stop? You know what we should do is line up all the lefties and all the righties. Just have a rumble.
Just like an old school
Pipe and
outsiders rumble.
Yeah. Woo.
We get Pony Boy and Dallas in the mix.
Yep. I totally think that would work. I don't know why.
The greasers and the socials. Let's go.
Yeah, back to the basics.
Right.
All the way back to the start. You know, I heard something on a show this morning that kind of spurred an interest. Because remember the other show or two ago, I was saying that Colin Powell might be the problem why we've gone down this slope of
I remember
not respecting anybody. What about Condoleezza Rice? Where did she go?
I don't know.
You're talking strong, smart, black woman. Holy crap, are we checking boxes?
Right.
That's a 4-pack.
Yeah, and
You
gone.
get yourself a Condoleezza ticket. Home run. Home run. I'm freezing. What the hell?
I don't know.
Turn
You
the
got
heat
her.
up.
You got her way down in here.
Yeah, you know, I got the spotlights on in the studios.
I don't know. We got to get off this though because my head's.
We're going to segue.
Start smoking.
Here's how we're going to segue right here. Rattlesnakes. We're going from one snake to another snake.
That's
So we have a problem right now. About what is that? 2 hours south of here, southeast.
Yeah.
Winona, Minnesota. We got a rattlesnake problem. Now, one of the reasons why I live in Minnesota is because they don't have rattlesnakes.
Right.
It says we got a problem. There's a bunch of people
Was that your attempt at a rattlesnake?
No, that's me looking for my story on my deal. Can the average 41-year-old man outrun a snake?
Sure.
Man, I don't know. They didn't answer it.
Well, think about it. If you're running, you're probably taking 5 foot steps. Well, yeah, because each step you're 5 feet away from the snake. The snake doesn't have legs. It can't take 5 foot steps.
No way, dude. That snake's going to fly.
No.
I'm telling you. So you go down to Winona, and they have a snake problem. And the locals are concerned. It's not, well, they have been here, but they're not as heavy duty as they are now. Like, they're everywhere. Like, they're concerned, where they're holding meetings to see what to do with them.
About like city council snake meetings?
Like, what do we do with all these rattlesnakes? Because people are a little frightened, which
This is
fine.
why Steve Irwin didn't need to die.
Well, I don't think it was a choice.
Well, I know, but the crocodile hunter could get that snake problem jiffied up in a heartbeat.
What we have here is a timber rattler down in Winona, Minnesota. I'm going to fly down to get the dang thing done and kill all the snakes.
Oh, he's a crikey little bonk.
Oh, yes. Oh, crikey. It's crikey. So they're not going to kill all the snakes because they're saying, hey, if they're not bothering people, let's let it roll. But, I was at a festival in the local town here, and some kid walking around with a little alligator. Now, how do you think alligators are going to get here and live in this world? Is with people bringing them in.
What do you mean he's walking around with an alligator?
He had an alligator on a leash thinking it was funny. A baby one, not a big one. Like a little 3 or 4 footer.
That's not funny.
No, it's not. But that's how these things get started. Now, all of a sudden, we're going to have a gator epidemic, man. They're going to be everywhere. Because they can't live in the winter.
I bet you can run away from them in the winter, though.
A gator?
Yeah, because they're cold-blooded.
Turn them into stew.
Yeah.
Well, and that's these snakes. They got to go into
stew.
the caves and stuff. But I think you should Google that. Can you outrun a snake? And do you go right into serpentine?
You might have to counteract.
But wait a minute. I got to go the opposite way he's going,
Right.
just to gain more distance on him. That could
maybe
be. I don't know.
I bet you can't run out maybe a black mamba or some shit from Africa,
you can't
some
say black
real
mamba.
nasty ass steak.
But
these are rattlers.
Can I outrun a snake? Rattlesnake. Rattlesnakes are biters, right?
Well, yeah, that's what they do. They have fangs.
Which ones are the squeezers?
Boa constrictors, constricting snakes squeeze.
Oh, look at
Venomous viper type snakes, but vipers and venomous snake, they're somewhat different.
Have you ever been bit by a rattlesnake?
No, I've had a tussle with a gardener before.
Oh Christ!
When I was a kid,
that doesn't even count. I was out on an island out there on the lake, and there was nothing. There's one guy who owns the whole island. Snakes everywhere, like nothing big, just little gardeners. Here we go. Rattlesnake speeds have not been specifically measured, but they likely travel at about 2 to 3 miles per hour in a very short burst. In comparison, the fastest humans can run up to 28 miles an hour. Come on. Can you run 28 miles an hour? No way.
That's like Jesse Owens. I bet Jesse Owens and
the average human could outrun a rattlesnake. Well, there you go.
Yeah, and we're below average. I still think we could outrun the rattlesnake.
I know I can do more than 2 to 3 miles an hour.
For a short burst.
Wow.
What do you have, 50 feet in there? Fuck, you can hide from it at that point. Although they do have that sensor
mamba,
shit. Yeah.
The current record holder for the fastest snake can go 12 miles an hour. Mm-hmm. The average human runs 15. Now, that's too close.
Yeah.
That's too close because I'm below average.
Right.
So I do not want to face a black mamba.
That's what I was saying. And now you understood why I brought it up.
See, that's the most deadliest snake there is, right?
I have this, one of them, yeah. But here's the problem I have. I was reading this book. There's this Memory Man series books out and stuff like that about this guy that has this picture-perfect memory. And it's basically photographic, and he remembers everything. I don't have that, but I remember almost everything. That's why I brought the black mamba up. So at some point, it probably was Steve Irwin fighting with the black mamba. I learned that they're the fastest snake in the world, and that's why I brought it up. I mean, we were talking about Einstein, but I don't know, man.
You know what? I'm down with the black mamba. I know of it.
You do?
But I still think...
Where does it live?
Its origin?
Yeah.
It's in the black mamba region of the black mambanese. You know what? I don't think I want to disclose that information because...
You don't want people going looking for it?
Right. Then they're going to drag the little slimy bastards back here to my zone, and I'm going to have alligators, rattlesnakes, and black mambas.
And you're going to have to amp up your speed.
The only thing that's going to be good about the black mamba running 12 miles an hour and me maybe running 12 miles an hour is I'm going to be dropping hot stool on that thing, and it's not going to be able to see or have any sense because I will be shitting my pants. My pantaloons will have stool. Big time. Running and shitting.
There's all sorts of poisonous
Are you going to die
snakes.
immediately if you get stung by a black mamba?
Well, it's not stung. It's bit.
Dude, you don't have to be so critical of everything. So if you get bit by a black mamba, I'm going to bring one in for show and tell next week.
I don't think you die immediately, but I think you're in big trouble. I think it sucks, yeah.
Really?
Probably within 3 hours.
Sucks. I'll say, how long do you have after a black mamba bite? Researching the snake trivia at hand as we go down the snake hole. If you are bitten by a rattlesnake, you should reach medical help within 30 minutes. If the bite is left untreated, your body functions will break down over a period of 2 to 3 days. Okay? Fast forward. Same stats, black mamba. 20 minutes after you're bitten, you'll lose the ability to talk. After an hour, you're probably comatose. And by 6 hours without an antidote, you're dead.
Yeah.
That's what it says right on the Google.
Yeah.
You are dead.
Yeah, she's a bitch.
Listen to this. I'm off the snakes right now.
Okay.
I got to give you another Hy-Vee update. I went back looking for the blind leading the blind at Hy-Vee.
Yep.
And boy, I got to tell you, this probably wasn't my best visit because I was just struggling.
The melon sniffing lady.
Yeah, I don't know where the melon sniffer was, but I go through and I check out. I found a bunch of gluten-free crap, so I'm like, cool, I'll get this. And I've been finding these waters. They're like Spectre waters, like charged water with flavor.
Yeah.
And I looked for them. They didn't have them. So I checked out, and then I go back. I turn, and as I'm walking out, there's a open cabinet with beverages.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and I grabbed one, right? I grabbed two, actually. And I go back to the self-checkout because it kind of hemmed and hawed. I'm like, God, do I want to go back through? Yes, no, whatever. So I go back to the self-checkout. I throw down the old Spectre, whatever the hell it is, and it says not recognized. So I scan it a different way. Not recognized. So I start typing it in. Not recognized.
Just at the self-checkout.
And I'm like, oh, isn't this why we need checker-outer people? Is checker-outer a word? Yeah, I think it is.
No.
No? What are they called?
Cash register people?
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay.
Money management engineers.
Yes.
So I'm looking around for a money management engineer.
Yep.
And nothing. So I try and scan one. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna put them back. I don't have time for this. This is not a need. This is a want. And I'll save my $3 and move along. So just then these managers are coming over and the guy's like, hey, I'll take this one. Like he gives the gal the Heisman. He's gonna
showing it.
Yeah, he's like, I'll take care of this. And he gets down. He's like, what's the problem? I'm like, these aren't scanning. It's not finding it. And he looks at me and he goes, you don't have time for this. I said, you're right, I don't. He goes, just take them. I'm like, how do I, what? He goes,
seriously?
Yeah, he goes, they're on me today. Yeah. So I looked to make sure he has a badge on. He's just not some dude.
Sure it's not.
Yeah, he's a manager at Hy-Vee, and he's like, they're on me today, just take them. I'm like, you can see that at like a store where you're buying nuts and bolts or where somebody,
Yeah.
But like at a grocery store to have somebody go, just take them. You're kind of looking around like, am I getting
busted here?
Yeah, what's going on? So I rolled out of there and I'm like, God, what a great way to turn around a bad experience.
Were you looking over your shoulder, walking out, and making sure you weren't about to get tackled?
Well, I got to the door, and I'm like, start the car! Start the car! Right. I started running to my car with my glass bottle beverages, and I'm thinking, God, that's the last thing I want to do is get shook down for stealing charge water. But no, it was totally cool. I was really impressed. So not only is Hy-Vee feeding me every once in a while, helping out the blind, now they're making a bad situation better by taking the high road. They took the Denny Green way out of that one.
Oh, if you're looking for Denny, you look for him on the high road. These days, he's much higher, though.
Yeah, speaking of not being on the... Is he dead?
Denny Green?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oops. Mm-hmm. The way high road. Hey, speaking of not taking the high road, I was at a soccer thing a couple weeks ago.
Kickball.
And we're leaving. I got the 13-year-old in the co-pilot seat. Mm-hmm. And a lot of road construction right there, and we're leaving, and I think we lost. Yeah, we lost. So we're leaving, and there's let's call him Jerry Atrick, is on a bike.
Oh.
And he's sitting next to me. He's got his helmet on, plenty of reflective shit. And he let's go. Like, why aren't you going? And he wouldn't go. So then I start to go. Well, then he goes. So, what is the one thing I'm going to do? I'm going to hit the horn. Right now.
No.
Horn. So and the guy starts freaking out. And I got the 13-year-old in the car. And he's like, what is going on? I'm like, this old geezer on his bike almost crashed into me. So then the old guy is in this intersection where all these families are leaving with their soccer players, and he's just throwing the bird around like, you son of a bitch.
Because you honked at him?
Yeah, so then you get into this whole, well, no, I can be colorful.
Did you? Oh, you honked
I can be
and
colorful.
talked?
Yeah.
You did the honk and talk.
You came for the comedy, but you stayed for the drama.
Right.
So then there's silence in the car for about, 10 minutes because I'm thinking, how do I field this with the 13-year-old, because I need to be a role model.
Right.
So we finally get down the road and I look over and I'm like, can you believe that old guy? Because right away I got to sell him on the idea that I was right.
Correct.
Can you believe that old guy? He got right in our way. And he goes, yeah, that got kind of ugly, didn't it? I'm like, well, sometimes you gotta shut him down for the safety of others. I said I could have killed that guy on his bike.
Right.
And they would have sued me.
Right.
And his family would have sued us and wanted money. Because that's generally what happens. Because this guy doesn't know how to ride his bike. So in that scenario, do you go ballistic? I'm getting a lot better. I used to be a hot driver. I used to get ugly. But now I kind of like, but this was, God, I don't need another scratch in the car. I don't need another dent in the car. Come on.
You don't need to get out and kick a geriatric man's ass.
I didn't strike him. Verbal assault comes to mind, but not even.
Did you roll the window all the way down? Were you brave enough to roll it all the way down, though?
I think I might have even went with a bird out the sunroof, but I don't remember completely.
Because he seemed like he might have been a bit of an athlete.
I blacked out from rage for a minute.
Yeah.
But when I came to, the police told me this is what had happened.
Right.
So anyway, there you have it. Leaving the soccer tournament, making people not happy. I don't know,
wow.
but I got into a thing the other day as I was explaining to the kids because, and I don't even know how it came up, but we were talking about first cars and, what did you have, whatever. My first car was a 1981 Pontiac Phoenix.
Ooh.
And it was white. And I think I paid more for the audio equipment in that car than I did for the car.
Yeah.
I had the big Kenwood speakers in the back, so I had to it was a hatchback.
Yeah.
So I had to manually flip the seat down so that we could completely get the audio. But that takes up some of my seating.
Right.
So really it became a coupe then with two seats.
You cooped out the Phoenix?
But the trick to this Phoenix was I had a Iowa car stereo, which for those of you who aren't familiar, this was cutting edge. And I'm thinking I drove this car, let's say 88, maybe 87, something like that. I don't know. And it didn't have power brakes. Had power steering, but no power brakes.
She had to
So you had to pump the brakes.
Yeah.
You know? But so anyway, this car stereo, at the time, we were rocking cassettes. And maybe CDs were that. Nah, I don't even know.
What was the number one cassette you rocked?
Oh, I had all the AC/DCs. I had the whole collection.
You did.
Oh yeah, all day, every day, AC/DC. I'm a creature of habit. If I find I won't listen to the whole side. I'll listen to those 3 songs I like over and over. Hit rewind, play, rewind.
Just burn that tape out.
Back in Black, man, that was my go-to.
Oh, was it?
Until I discovered Poison. Ow! Kind of makes you want to grow your hair long, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So this Iowa deck, right? Because back when I was just starting to drive, I lived in an area where there was this main street and you just cruise for chicks all the time, because that's what we did. So you had to have the audio gear. I had the big Oakley sticker.
Did you ever land any?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Or were they like, I'm not coming in there with you ripping that
What?
AC/DC?
That's just a 2-seater, man.
Right.
How am I going to get my peoples in there?
Right.
But I had the big bright orange Oakley sticker on the back. I mean, rolling in style. But this Iowa deck, and I was just explaining this to my kids, and they looked at me like I was an alien. But this car stereo had the flat front, and then it had like EQ lights that went from, maybe green to orange to red, and those would flash with the music at the bottom.
You remember Kid Rock when he was in Joe Dirt?
No.
Yeah, Kid Rock was in Joe Dirt. I'm somewhat thinking that's kind of what you had going on. Not as cool as the Kid.
Come on.
But you had that kind of really hicky, lame vibe going.
Had a mullet.
Yes.
Hell yes.
Yeah. That ricky, lame.
Speaking of Kid Rock and cars, they just did a thing on Rides or whatever, one of these shows.
Yeah.
And he had like an old 87 Cadillac stretch limousine done. And he had it all redone to his liking. But the part that caught my eye was he actually had them put a extraction unit in the trunk to suck all of the smoke out of the space into from the cockpit or whatever.
Pot smoke.
Yeah, from the pot smoke. So like it would ventilate itself, so that there wasn't a big cloud of smoke when he got out of the car.
That's awesome.
That show's not on anymore, is it?
I don't think so.
But that was Kid Rock, man. You know what? I've seen a lot of stuff on him. He's just a good dude.
I think you're right.
He's a good dude. Like I was in Florida and reading something about him, and he comes to town and he like goes through the police thing and in the paper, and like kids who got bikes stolen and stuff, he'll just go buy them new bikes. Like he's just that kind of guy, which is so cool. But that's like that's like Michigan. That's like Minnesota nice.
Right.
But Michigan style. Because, they're not far. He's not far. That's almost
Michigan nice.
It's
the
almost
Midwest.
a connected state.
Well, the Midwest, we are good people.
I'm telling you, just like downtown. So we were talking to little twins before the show, and that made me think of this story of when my little dude was a little younger. So my now 13-year-old was in a 8-year-old league, and it was a bunch of hockey parents, and they thought, hey, let's take our kids who we think are great baseball players and put a team together, and we'll go outside of the local park and rec. I'm like, fine, whatever. They wanted me to help coach, so I helped coach, and just these little kids. But it was really hard because all the parents had egos and beliefs that their kids were going to be rock stars.
Right.
And really, my kid was the only good player on the team. But I'm not saying that. But anyway, right. So they're like, hey, let's take this team to the Dells to play in an 8-year-old tournament. I said, okay, so you got to realize that I don't think we're ready for that, because since we were outside of the league, we only played like 5 games the whole year. Half of these kids are not baseball players, they're hockey players, and their parents want them to be baseball players.
Right.
I said, so be prepared. If we're going to do this, I'm in. I think it'd be fun, but you got to realize that teams that are going to travel to the Dells for this tournament, aside from our clan, are serious. We're going to see some real baseball. No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So so we decide this in like May, and it's in August, so we got time. So at the end of mid-July, we have a meeting, right? We have a meeting about the travel to the
dreaded parent meeting. And
the leader of this whole thing, whatever, you probably know who he is, but whatever. He says, "Oh yeah, by the way, we have to pitch at this tournament. So there's going to be pitching, so we should work on that." I'm like, "What? like, in all? Really? You didn't bring that up until now that we got to pitch the whole thing?" So anyway, long story, shorten it up. We make the trip out to there, and it was just a shit show. We just got slaughtered. Actually, the worst trip of my life. The hotel I stayed at, this was like 4 years ago. I am fresh off a major medical event.
Right.
And basically worthless. I can't, I could barely walk from the car to the hotel. So I get out of the car, and I'm staying at this hotel. Like I don't want to stay at the Wilderness at the Dells. That's where we always stay. Let's go to this other one. So we go to this other one, and we rolled in late, and I took the wrong turn. If I'd have turned in the second entrance, I would have been at a whole different resort. Same resort, but this is the new side over here. I pulled into the old side, and oh my gosh, just like total hillbillyville. Like, So the hotel's a little seedy. So we stay in there, whatever. We play our games. We just get shelled. We had no right being there. Not at all. Come home that night and get to bed. Wake up at like 1 a.m. And it's, I think it's the two boys and the wife and I. And there's some activity in the room next to us. And I'm not talking about sexual. I'm talking he's beating the living shit out of this lady.
Oh, no.
And there's a common door. You know, we got like a shared door. So I'm like, good God, what do I do? Like, I can't protect my family. I can't
Call
do
the
anything.
cops. I don't know.
So this hotel is so shitty. And so the wife's like, what do I do? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, this is new to me. I'm like, I just hope my boys don't wake up because then like, So anyway, I'm like, grab the phone, call the front desk, tell them there's a situation. So the wife gets over there and I hear her doing this deal right here. She's going, I'm like, what are you doing? She goes, the goddamn phone doesn't work. I'm like,
no.
Are you kidding me? So she gets on her cell phone, looks up the number to the hotel, calls the hotel.
And the girl's in there screaming?
Well, it wasn't like that. It was like maybe just aggressive sexual activity.
Aggressive loving?
But like, whoa.
You weren't sure.
Whoa. So then, well, no, I think it was more than that because the guy the security showed up and escorted him out. But then we're like, oh my God, we got to leave in the morning. And they must have known it was us. So the wife saw this lady come out, you know, and she's like, you know, do I get her ice or, you know, like what? And the lady just kind of looked at my wife like we were offending her. I don't know if she knew it was us, but she had like a pissed off look on her face. Anyway, back to the baseball tournament. So we're in this baseball tournament in August, hotter than a mofo, right? Mm-hmm. Dead calm, 100 degrees, getting our asses kicked. 2 fields over, there's a girls' softball thing going on.
Oh, boy.
You're not going to see passion about a player like you will in a girls' softball game, man. These parents are still drinking the Kool-Aid. They believe these kids are going places.
Right.
So at this age, at 8th grade, or 8 years old, all of these parents that we're with still believe their kids are going pro. You know, they still are drinking the Kool-Aid.
For sure.
It's like basically how you try and keep secrets from your kids, and then all of a sudden they discover, hey, wait a minute, that ain't real.
Right.
If you know what I mean. This is the same thing where parents are, you know, and eventually the kids tell the parents, hey, you know what? It ain't going to happen.
Right.
You know, I'm not going to play pro ball. I'm not going to play Division I. And believe me, I'm the biggest. I was making the Kool-Aid to hand out to the kids. But you know, all these arguments ensue between the parents and the coaches, and it just got ugly. But I'm talking to these other coaches from these teams. There's 4 teams in this tournament. And I'm talking to the one guy, and he's like, yeah. He goes, up to this weekend, we've played about 65 games this year.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, oh, really? I said, you guys pitch and everything? Everything? Oh, yeah. I'm like, we got like 3 guys that could probably get through an inning. Maybe. Maybe. He goes, I got 9 that could pitch a whole game. I'm like, oh, Jesus. We're in trouble.
Yeah.
And we ended up, you know, it was
getting 5 or 10 run.
No, you're getting 15 run in the third because, you know, there's obviously mercy rules where it's at different levels. And we would achieve the first rung every time. I think it's 15 in the second inning or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, get me the hell out of here. And there was so much tension between the parents. And I'm just like, this is a horrible experience. And I don't even know why I brought it up, but man, it was quite a little trip to Wisconsin.
It affected you.
So after this bloodbath at the between the murder / rape in the hotel room next to me, the blowout at the baseball thing, we go back to the hotel. This was after day 1. Still had to wait for day 2, and I park my car, and it's dark, right? We went to dinner. I park the car, and I'm just like, this is such a disgusting hotel. I can't handle it. It's a bad trip. So I park the car. I get out. I step my fucking sandal in a pile of vomit. Someone threw up in the parking lot. Just drove away.
Why'd you stay there?
Well, we can't leave. You know, I couldn't leave. I had to get through it. So
you
I'm
got a different hotel.
Oh God!
Did you look at like ratings and shit before you do that?
I did, and it was somewhat decent. Had a nice looking water park, but oh God, it was so gross. It was so gross.
So now your sandal, what'd you do with it? Did you just toss them?
Just fucking burned it. Burned it.
See ya.
Pulled them out. I can't do it. So we're like, stay up that whole night because I'm like, I can't even tolerate this disgusting of this place. And so I go down to the front desk, and I was complaining. I'm like, this is everything that's happened to me. You should give me an upgrade. And they're like, oh. I can give you tickets to the buffet. I'm like, get the hell out of my life.
Right.
So we literally, we couldn't get out of there fast enough. It was the worst travel experience of my life. It was absolutely horrible. Never again. There's only one person on that team that I still talk to, and he's a loose cannon.
You go in with safety glasses.
Yeah, it's a maybe conversation at best.
Really?
But it was such a weird experience that I can't even, and I'm sure it's me. I'm sure I'm the problem. But this hotel,
I don't know.
God,
man.
I should throw the name out there. What a shithole! If you're going to a hotel that's off the beaten path in the Dells, be careful. Be careful.
Stay at the name branders.
The what?
The ones with the name brand, like the real ones.
I don't even know what this was. I don't even know. I could Google it quick, but I would never find it.
The Wild Wolf or Black Wolf Lodge is awesome.
What's the one? The Wild Country or Wild something?
I don't know. They're good, but
God, you know what? I got a new rule. My family has a list. And on that list, there are some things. And one of the things on that list is we don't stay at hotels with water parks anymore. Because I don't have to. There's a lot of families that have to figure that out still. But I don't have to. The other thing on that list is fucking Olive Garden. I don't eat at Olive Garden.
No more.
No way.
Why not?
Come on, you Taco Bell eating hillbilly.
I don't like Olive Garden.
No way.
Either.
But you know what? They're building a new one on 394.
What?
Yes.
Where?
Where that Asian fusion place was?
Really?
No, it's an Olive Garden, not a Taco Bell.
I was going to go. They're
Settle
building a couple
down.
right by each other. I'm
Hells
like,
to the
wow.
no. It's an Olive Garden, man, and I don't go there. I don't do that.
No.
Unlimited breadsticks. Anytime they're giving away free stuff. Like you know the other restaurant on there? Do you have a restaurant you could put on the list? Do you know of
That
one?
I will not go to?
Yeah, ever. Like, I'd rather starve to death. I'd rather wrestle a black mamba.
Then go to that restaurant?
Oh, my.
Buka.
What?
Cat
What?
food.
Come on!
Cat food.
That chicken marsala is off the chain.
It's cat food.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You're just throwing stones.
No, I'm not. It's cat food.
What happened to you at Buca de Beppo?
I hate it.
Okay.
I hate it.
Okay. I'd like to add one to the list. The Golden Corral.
Hell no. I'm not going to any Golden Corral.
So, I don't know if I got into this in a prior cast, but my wife and her aunt, we're in Phoenix. We're in Phoenix. And we're staying with her aunt because she's very, whatever, got a great place, found a golf course, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, God, I need a steak. I'm like, I'll buy. Just where do we go for steak? She goes, I got a great place. I I love it. You're going to love it.
Really?
So she goes, she didn't tell me anything. We're driving there, and she's like, it's the Golden Corral. I'm like, oh, I think I've seen it, but I don't, is it good? She goes, oh, it's phenomenal. I'm like, phenomenal? That's a big word for a chain. Like, come on, it's not Manny's. So I'm like, all right, let's check it out. So we get there, and there's like a line.
Yeah.
Where you like get your tray and your cup. Mm-hmm. And I looked at my wife, and I'm like, get me the fuck out of here. Like, I can't. This is not going to be good.
No.
I don't do buffet, and I was in the middle of a hardcore diet at the time, so I really didn't want to be in that place. But we get in there, and I'm like, I think I just threw up in my mouth a little bit just thinking about it. So
the GC.
They're like, oh, they got steaks made to order, and they got whatever. And I'm like, I'm going to the salad bar. There's kids like eating right off the buffet.
Touching stuff.
Yes, like almost laying in the chocolate fountain. I'm like, and you know what? You got to be really careful. You can't tell your kids because then they're going to get freaked out.
Don't go to a chocolate fountain restaurant.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Don't.
Yeah, that's a golden rule. You got a
Yes.
chocolate fountain? Because I'm not coming in.
That's exactly
I'm
right.
out. So, God, that'd be a great T-shirt. No chocolate fountains. so we get through this disaster, and the wife's like, "Well, I'm gonna try one of the steaks, you know." So she goes up in the line, and there's like a area that's corded off where that's where they grill the steaks.
The prime beef area.
So yeah, you come into the. I don't want to use prime. I don't even want to use beef. So they have this area that's cut off so that's where the chef is, because a lot of people aspire to be a chef at a Golden Corral. Mm-hmm. So the wife's standing in line and she's like, "Oh, you know what? Give me a medium steak," and she's watching it. And the chef comes in with a fresh tray of steaks. Oh! He falls down.
No.
The tray goes in the air with the steaks. And he's gone. He's like below the counter to where you can't see him. And all of a sudden the manager comes in and they start reappearing with the steaks. Right? And the manager goes, "Oh, that was close." And my wife's like, "I'm out. I can't." What?
It wasn't close. They hit the floor.
They hit the floor and they still served them.
No, they did not.
Yes. They're not going to waste a whole tray of beef at Golden Corral. That's half the day's money. So I'm like, "Oh, okay. So don't eat the steak." So then the kids are down there, and there's like something maybe like a cotton candy machine, maybe some kind of. I know there was a chocolate fountain, but
For sure, there's
But the
gotta
kids
be.
are like eating out of that. Not my kids. My
Like
kids are
grabbing something, dipping it, and eating
My
it.
kids are trained.
Yeah.
And I said, "You know what? This is going on the list. I'm never going to set foot in a Golden Corral again."
No.
And that's funny because this aunt of hers, we've gone to Manny's. She knows what quality food is. And I said I was buying. So what would possess you to go, "Hey, Golden Corral's where I want to be"?
I have no idea. I told Alex once, we were going down to Florida to see the grandparents, Chris's parents. And they go, "Well, what are we gonna eat tonight?" And I said, "Grandma and Grandpa will probably bring you to Golden Corral or something, but your mom and I are out. We'll figure something out." Land. Hey, kid, get to the condo, and "You guys hungry?" The kids are like, "Yeah." "All right, let's go. Where are we going?" "Golden Corral." First words out of their Chris, I just was like, not going to the Golden
Did
Corral.
the kids go?
Oh yeah, they loved it. But they were young, They were in there probably dipping into the chocolate fountain.
No, I didn't even feel right about eating the salad.
No.
When you're at a restaurant that has hand sanitizer on every possible pillar or pole or wall.
That would be a good sign that you shouldn't be there.
Right. Red flag. Red flag. Anything where you get a tray and a cup when you walk in, red flag.
Like if you go to Taco Bell, the only spot any hand sanitizer is the bathroom. That is a keen restaurant. They understand the rules.
They're so in touch with the connoisseur.
Taco
No
Bell
way,
is
dude.
fuck. I'm gonna buy a franchise.
I'd be down for that.
Well, yeah, and then all we'll do is eat Taco Bell.
No, I don't think I can. It's not on the list, but it's close.
No, it's on.
It's on my neurologist list. My doctor, he's like, we should stay away from that dog food type food.
Don't talk about them like that.
With the simulated meat.
Dog food.
If it's not real meat, we can't eat
real
it.
meat.
I think we got to wrap this thing up. We went a little long today, but
we're heavy.
ain't nothing wrong with that. So everybody needs to, again, tell a friend. Listen to back episodes. Subscribe. We got some stuff coming up in the next couple weeks. Stay tuned. See what's going to happen. Until then, this is Dave and Darren. We're out.
See ya.
That's it. That's the end.
That's a wrap.
Read the shtick.
That's a wrap for today's episode. Don't forget to subscribe and tell all your friends. If you'd like to reach out, you can use the studio line at 612-504-6500 or by email, the DK Project Podcast at gmail.com. And of course, there's always social media at the DK Project Podcast. Thanks for tuning in.